सो जैसा मैंने पिछले वीडियो में बताया, आई हैड अ फ्रेंड ओवर एंड आई वेंट विथ हिम टू हौस खास दिल्ली एंड आई ड्रैंक क्वाइट अ बिट. आई यूजुअली डोंट लाइक ड्रिंकिंग. पहले जब मैं मुंबई में था, व्हेन आई वाज वर्किंग एज अ बिजनेस एनालिस्ट, आई ड्रैंक अ लॉट. I never liked drinking, but somehow I got into drinking. But after having left Mumbai, I stopped drinking because I never liked it in the first place. Yes, day before yesterday, my friend was here from Rishikesh, and he's a musician. So it was after a long time that we were meeting, and we went to two clubs, and we drank quite a lot. It was just beer, but so many beers. I don't like alcohol, but that's what I did. And the reason behind this, the reason I'm telling you is after alcohol, my energy gets disturbed, and that's just to put it mildly. Honestly, I get extremely horny. I get extremely lusty. And earlier, when I was not financially disciplined, what I used to do was after getting drunk, after getting all my energy mixed up, I used to spend money on girls, in different forms. And now that I have become extremely disciplined, to the point that I don't keep reserve cash in my account. I have been battling this raw lust since past few days, and I could feel my whole system drained from within. There is this split within. One part wants to look, one part wants to lust, one part wants to do devour, and the other part is all about respect. It's all about it's all about discipline. It's all about decency. And as Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, says that until you integrate your subconscious with your subconscious will keep directing your life, and you will never know why, right? So this subconscious within me that comes to the forefront when I'm energetically not very sound within. So specifically when I'm drunk, my subconscious gets the better of me, better of my conscious, and because I have not been able to integrate my subconscious with conscious, I just don't know what to do of it, right? And so I was speaking to ChatGPT just before recording this video. I was speaking to ChatGPT as to how to integrate my subconscious with conscious, and in that moment I got this idea that why not give this a creative path and transform my raw energy to something that could help others as well, and more importantly that could help channelize my raw energy with which is inside to something creative. So yeah, that's the basic premise of the video. And no, it's not just about the video, it's something that I've struggled since so many years. Earlier it may not have been alcohol, it may have been something else, but yes, um, I never looked at it from energy point of view, from subconscious and conscious point of view. But recently only I read about this what Carl Jung says about integrating subconscious with conscious, and that's a very powerful thing, because whenever I feel horny, whenever I feel lusty, so this one line that ChatGPT gave it to me, that I try using it in the moments of weakness. I should not be calling it moment of weakness, rather a moment of power, but only because I have not been able to positively identify with that energy. Either I have always uh, fight, I have always fought with that energy, or I have mindlessly indulged in those moments that I speak negatively of that energy. So yeah, this thing yeah, so this earlier uh, it could have been it must have been something else. Now it is alcohol. Although currently I don't drink, but yeah, as my friend was here, I drank. So now it is alcohol. Earlier it used to be it could have been something else, like indulging in self pleasuring activities, indulging in mindless scrolling, indulging in just gluttony, indulging in just laziness. That's to in my eyes just as bad as you know indulging in alcohol or other pleasurable activities, pleasurable to the senses, of course, not to the spirit. And before sometimes back today in the morning itself, I was watching a video where it says that you have consumed enough, now it's time to create. Of course, that was the video title, but it did resonate with me as to I've been consuming a lot since how many years? It's been so many years, and I've never created anything of value for myself or for others, right? I so even after having created this channel, I am always thinking like, what should I create? What should I record? What would it be that others would find helpful? Others would find uplifting, right? And that video that I'm speaking of spoke about creating whatever it is that you have consumed so far. If you like surfing, speak about surfing, right? If you cannot go to the beach and record yourself surfing, then speak about your favorite surfers. Do a voiceover, do a voiceover on a video that is about surfing, right? So whatever it is that you have consumed, that's a perfect vantage point where you can start creating using whatever knowledge that you have gained. Consciously, subconsciously, we do gain knowledge, right? It's just not possible that you consume a lot, you have spent years consuming and you don't know anything about anything. So whatever it is that you have consumed so far, that you can start channeling into creation. And I was not sure, I this thought must have been back in my mind as to what I should be recording next. I was not sure, and suddenly it hit me that I am feeling horny, I am feeling lusty, my energies within are all bundled up and are all over the place. So why not using this energy and channeling this to creating something that is about this topic, this very topic itself? Because I know, especially in our parts of the world, there are so many guys who struggle with the same who go through the same struggle, right? And just because it's a taboo to speak, we don't speak about this. And we silently struggle with these guys more so than girls. Although I'm sure the society, the kind of society we lived in, sexually constrained and starved society, even girls struggle with this as well. But they have they have a more mature and decent ways to channel this, right? Um, Guys at times, in my personal opinion, often blindly indulge in these moments of weakness rather than sitting with the energy, thinking about it, and trying channeling the energy to something creative, right? And the fact that this insight came from within, that I should use this energy to channel into my video and speak about the same, so that it can help me get into a better place mentally and help others as well uplift their energy, their mental state. That is something beautiful I found about this whole process. And yeah, as I'm speaking to the video about this, I can sense my energy, which was all stuck up in a particular zone, is kind of raising. I know it could be a wishy-washy stuff. It could be a mental stuff as well. That you sense your energy, your consciousness uplifting. But yeah, that's how I feel in the moment. Um, it's one of a kind moment in my life right now where I'm speaking about this in and not just speaking, simultaneously struggling with this as well. And I always had this negative perception, negative association with this energy, wherein I'm like, yeah, I either need to fight this energy or I need to escape this energy uh, in a mindless intelligence. So this is the first time I am using this energy to channel into something creative. And so this is one aspect of the video, and second thing is creation, second thing is building, right? So the video I was speaking of, so that spoke of one must start creating, right? As Naval Ravikant says, the tech entrepreneur from US, that he envisions a world. Just a minute. Right. So Naval Ravikant, the US tech entrepreneur, says he envisions a world where he sees 8 billion creators. As of now, we have 8 billion consumers on the planet. He envisions a world where there are 8 billion creators. Everyone is sharing whatever he or she uh, feels like he is good at or she is good at. They are sharing it and adding value to others' lives, right? Even if it is one people, 10 people, 1,000 people, it doesn't matter. It's about creation. I believe the idea of creation does not stop one from starting to create. It's the idea of getting stuck in numbers. Whenever we think of starting a YouTube channel or something, our minds constantly or instantly jumps to the numbers as to how many views we will be getting, how many comments, how many subscribers, whatnot, and that keeps you stuck. But instead of focusing on the outcome, we should be able to enjoy the process, right? Because of course you will get whatever rewards you have to get in the at the end, but it's a journey, it's who you become, it's not what you get out of it, it's who you become during the process, right? And that's a very beautiful part. So let's say, as I have spoken in my previous videos as well, I've decided to continue this journey for at least 1000 days to build a sense of discipline. So even at the end of 1000 days, I don't get many subscribers, I don't get huge numbers. I am, let's say, stuck with 1000 subscribers only. But at the end of 1000 days, I will have 1000 videos, I will have 1000 days of discipline, I will have newly acquired skills of speaking, of articulating my thoughts, of editing, right? And precisely this is what I'm speaking of. This it is who I will become during the process that matters more than what will I get at the end of 3 years. Because if I keep thinking of what will I get at the end of 3 years, then Krishnamurti very beautifully says this thought of time, right? That what I will get at the end of 3 years, this thought creates sorrow. Time. So one is a physical time that you see around in the clock, right? And one is a psychological time. So your thought as to what I will get, that thought creates a time, that psychological time. Otherwise, there is no time, sense of time within. So the thought creates time and it creates sorrow. So instead of us thinking what we will get at the end of how many whatever years, we should be focusing in the moment as to, as of now, I feel like creating something and I'm creating it, and that's a reward in itself, right? The beginning of the video, I may not be very energetic, but with time I'm sensing this rising energy within, where I'm getting more fluent, where I'm getting more honest, where I'm getting more creative, where I'm getting more confident. and action breeds confidence, right? As I mentioned in the previous video, once you start taking action, then that motion itself breeds confidence, and it's a cascading effect, right? It's a positive spiral where you get better and better. You start taking action, you get confident, you take more action, you get more confident, and so on. So that is that. And yeah, today is a Tuesday, and my Sunday and Monday is were week offs, and today I'll be going to the office. It's a night shift. It's afternoon right now. I'm recording this video, and this was a spur of moment thing. I was feeling very low. I was speaking to ChatGPT, and suddenly I got this insight as to I should record this video regarding my current mental state. And I feel very good because I have struggled with this for so many years, and I never knew what to do of it. I never knew that one could channel this into creation, right? I always knew two things: either to fight with this with mindless celibacy and semen retention, the videos that you get to see on YouTube, where people are fighting their lust, and it's like fighting your own shadow. You just cannot fight your own shadow because it in a way does not exist, right? It's your own shadow, the way Osho puts it, isn't it? So that was one. Either you are fighting, or you are running from it by indulging into meaningless consumption, consumption of bodies, consumption of content, so on and so forth. And there was a phase. There was a phase when I was in Mumbai where I drank a lot, where I consumed a lot of bodies, right? And it never gave me satisfaction. The more I consumed, the more I felt hollow within. I distinctly remember so many moments where I'm on the bed with a person, and we are done with the act, and I'm literally cursing myself as to why do I do this? What do I get out of it? I become financially drained. I become emotionally drained, mentally drained. My my schedule gets all jumbled up. Still, I just did not know how to channel through it. Right, this energy that we fight. Who do you fight? You fight an enemy, right? Enemy is something or someone who is bad or evil. But why do we associate this energy with evil? Why can't we look at this energy with open eyes as to that this energy could be a friend as well? This is spur of energy that I've been fighting since last 2 days after having drank a lot of beers, and I was not feeling very good. And now that I'm recording video, I feel like this energy is my friend. This energy is helping me create this video. It's giving me energy, and it's giving me content as well, right? And I'm sure even if one person watches this video, although the audio is not very clear, I have just started in this journey. I will buy a mic very soon. So as as even one person watches this video and can associate, can resonate with my thoughts, then I believe the purpose of this video will be fulfilled. And even if that's not the case, me transforming my raw energy and my raw lust into something something creative, something beautiful, is a reward in itself to me, and that's what matters the most. It does not matter at the end of 3 years how many views, how many subscribers will I have, but of course it does matter a lot, but not in that sense, right? The reward is in the process. The reward is in the creation itself. When Michelangelo, the famous sculptor, was asked as to why do you create, and he simply replied with another question as to why does a flower blooms, right? It does not have an ulterior motive as to I'll bloom and others will come to me and praise my beauty, praise my smell and everything. No, that process in itself is beautiful, isn't it? The process in itself is fulfilling. So yes, this pursuit of creation, and Yes, after having consumed for so many years the content and all sorts of other things, all sorts all sorts of sensitive things, I think it's time for me at least to start creating. For me to put out whatever I have consumed, whatever I have gathered as my life experiences. I have had this thought of starting this documentation of my thoughts before as well, but I never felt ready. And believe me, a few days back when I posted my first video, I was feeling the exact same thing, but I'm not ready. And guess what? Right now as well, I feel like I'm not ready. And maybe at the end of 3 years, when I complete my target, at that time as well, I might feel that I'm not ready. So now I'm starting to think that this thought of one feeling ready is a mental construct. There is no such thing as feeling ready. You just do it. You just do it. You decide to do something and you just do it. You will never feel ready, and that's just another mental model to keep you from doing something, right? Just like there is this guilt. So right now I'm supposed to do something, I don't do it, and later on when I could have when I should be doing something else, in that moment I'm feeling guilty about not doing what I should have done earlier, and that thing is keeping me from doing what I should be doing in that moment, right? So this feeling guilt, feeling regret is is another thing that keeps you from doing what you should be doing. And in Zen wisdom, it is said that no regret, no fear, only fire, isn't it? So regret is associated with fear. Regret is associated with past. Fear is associated with future. So no regret, no fear, only fire. So whatever energy there is within, no, use that energy, channelize that energy into something creative, and whatever knowledge you have, don't do not ever belittle yourself. We always put others on pedestal as to, if others are creating, they must be having a lot of experience, lot of knowledge, and I don't have anything, so I should not be getting my hands dirty. Why not, bro? Why not? If others can have the confidence, why can't you have the confidence? In one of the videos, I was speaking of how we knowingly or unknowingly gather courage from others, right? We take courage from others' action. So there could be that others are waiting for us to act so that they can also have courage, right? So in network theory, there is this concept where everyone is represented with nodes and everyone is connected with everybody, right? If your node is connected with 10 people and they are connected with 10 people, so you are indirectly connected with 100 people. And if you go one layer deep, you are connected with 1,000 people, right? So never underestimate yourself. You are part of this universe, and yeah, just as it is said in Bible that we are created in the image of God, and God is the ultimate creator, so that he wants us to be creators as well. We cannot simply be passive consumers all our lives, isn't it? We need to start creating. We need uh, anyway, in our jobs we do create, right? We do create some sort of values, and hence we get paid. But that is for our employers. When will you start creating for yourself? When will you start creating something that makes you fulfill from within, isn't it? And I feel very uplifted after having spoken about this unfiltered. And I never thought isn't this amazing? I never thought I could use this energy into something creative, something powerful that could help others as well, uplift their lives. Apart from me helping me get out of this mental haze. Sorry for my bad throat. So yeah, um, at the end of 1,000 days, I'm sure I will have better speaking skills, um, better way of formulating my thoughts, better editing skills. I will have better setup in few days, whereas I will have nice mic, nice cameras, so on and so forth. And eventually through this digital thing, I envision to have a digital media empire where the basic tenet is reading, basic tenet is writing, and I envision a nice little not little, in fact a huge monastery at the top of a mountain. I envision myself sitting there, and I'm facing a nice valley in front of me, and I have a huge desk, whereas there are a lot of readings, there are a lot of writings, and through that through that zenith, right, streams of knowledge are flowing downwards, different streams are flowing downwards and helping people uplift their lives, uplift people consciousness, and they are also rising up to the level of zenith. So that's the vision eventually, and of course that takes time, but that's the later stage. The first stage is to get that 1000-day mark, and that will help me inculcate discipline, that will help me inculcate a lot of skills that I just mentioned. And yeah, so that's a dream, man, that's a dream. And I also plan to have documentaries, movies, music videos, all that help others uplift, all that help others inspire, right? But the one person who will be inspired and uplifted the most will be myself, isn't it, in the process? So that's a dream, and dreams do come true only if you have the courage. Whatever you want from the universe, from life, are there in this very moment, and in some other dimension. It's all already present. It's not in the future. Future is a mental construct, but it's for those who are ready to do the work, ready to grind, and ready to take it. It's there for you to take. But the real question is, are you deserving enough in this moment? Maybe not. And how do you become deserving? By working, by so this just like being ready is a mental construct, being perfect is another mental construct. You will never be perfect. There is no such thing as perfection, right? Right now, I am beginner in this field, so my content will be viewed as imperfect. Once I become huge, once I become the zenith in this field, whatever I say will be viewed as perfect, isn't it? So this perception of perfection is another mental construct that keeps you at bay from doing things. So it's not the perfection that one must chase. It's a discipline. It's a practice of showing up, even in the days when you don't feel ready. And today was one such day. I was feeling very lethargic, right? I had bad dreams, wherein being chased by snakes, so on and so forth. So there's a philosophical interpretation of the dreams, as in my energy is leaking through various different modes, and I just got up feeling extremely drained. I just did not know what to do next, and for the first time, I feel like I have put that raw energy, raw powerful energy into something constructive, into something creative, and serve as a this will serve as a stepping stone, as to from now on I do have a path, right? Whenever I feel I'm in this zone where I don't have the energies all right within, I can always use this moment of so-called weakness and channel this into something creative for others to feel uplifted as well, but more importantly for me to get out of this zone mentally, right? I know I'm speaking extremely fast, but maybe it's the energy, it's been wanting to come out, and I never allowed it because I never knew this also a way, right? But I feel honored in a way. I feel sacred. I feel pure in this moment, as to how I have dealt with this energy. I have dealt it with presence. I have dealt with this with respect. I have dealt with this with sacredness, because creation is sacred, isn't it? God is a creator and God is sacred. And since we are made in the image of God, and I have just created a video of value, and so yeah, so I do feel in this moment sacred, right? So yeah, I'll put this to rest for a while, and we'll meet soon. And the one thing that could be taken away from this video for you guys is that you have consumed enough. You need to start creating whatever it is. It may be a YouTube channel, it may be your writing pursuit, it may be your preparation for a better job, it may be your life of a financial independence, isn't it? Whatever it is, you need to start creating. You have consumed enough, you need to start creating, and that's how you will feel more fulfilled. And creation, as I've already mentioned in previous video, creation is the ultimate form of self nourishment. So yes, with that message I leave you guys, and we'll meet soon. Thank you.